Hey there, Desperados, it's Blake here, and we're a few days out from the album sessions, the album record with Greg at Soundcheck Studios. Again, managed to pull it off without screwing it up, so that's quite good. This is a bit more of a kind of personal interview with myself, if you can do that. Really just to kind of think about what I'm expecting, what I'm hoping for out of this. I've really only been in the studio a couple of times, and both of those have been with Greg. So we did the original EP with him, and then we did the kind of Soundcheck Studios live sessions, which you probably have seen. Both times were absolutely brilliant, and I really enjoyed them. I think we were quite well prepped going into both of them, and I'd like to think we're kind of well prepped this time round as well. I think that makes a big difference, to me at least. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited to go into the studios. Am I a bit nervous? Yeah, I think I've got quite big plans this time. I think maybe when I went in for the EP, I was a bit... I wasn't expecting a great deal. You know, I was really expecting to go in and record those songs as live, which is exactly what we did. And we got a really good result, which is what we wanted. I think this time round, I've got some more kind of expectations about what I'd like the whole thing to sound like. So I think that's really where I'm maybe putting a little bit of pressure on myself more than anybody else, to be honest. Again, you know, the best thing for me to do is to try and prepare. So pretty much all the guitars had been restrung. I've kind of made a list of all the things that I need and all the things that I want. As a person, I'm pretty mindful of time and time's money, so I want to kind of get in there, get set up and get recording as quickly as possible. There are some things that I want to do. I want to try and have, you know, double track guitars, and whether that's something that we can do with the thing that I use live to the Mimic, so I can kind of split it between the two, or we can kind of do it that way if that'll be a quick way of getting a good result, or whether really we need to actually spend the time and do the double tracking. I think the other thing is really just kind of getting the sound that I want. I think I've got a clearer idea of what sound I'd like to come away with. And like I say, I mean, I said in the video a couple of days ago that I want this to sound big, to sound huge, to sound like a proper real album. That's what I want to come away from this. I'm, you know, in music terms, you know, I like when we're live to kind of fly by the seat of our pants, and with solos and things, I don't know what I'm going to play until I've played it, pretty much. And I kind of like that. That's for live things. But I want something really that's, when we come back to look at this, you know, 10, 15, 20 years down the line, that I'm still proud of, and that it still sounds the way that I wanted it to sound. So that's the pressure I'm putting on myself. How am I trying to mitigate against that? But being organised, you know, and I've got the diary, the show Bible that we did, which has got all my notes in there and everything. So again, that's all in there, and hopefully that's going to take a bit of pressure off. And hopefully I can kind of communicate that to Greg, so Greg can help us out as well. But I'm really just looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting in the studio with Octavius and with Dean, and really, you know, having a great experience and coming out with something that sounds grand. You know, we've got a bit of money behind us now, just from doing gigs. It's all come from the gigs that we've done. And so, you know, hopefully that's going to be enough to see us through with the recording and the mixing and mastering. I'd really like to get at least one track done in Dolby Atmos, if that's at all possible. But again, I don't know in our budget if that would be something we can pull off. But again, I'd really like that as being another goal that I've kind of set myself, to be fair. And yeah, and just great guitar tones. I think, again, that's my other thing. I want the guitar sound we got last time, the live guitar sound that we got with Greg was really good. I want there to be, you know, kind of an overarching kind of sound, but I also don't want every single guitar to sound the same. So I'm going to take a few different guitars with me, hopefully a few different kind of setups and bits and pieces. And so that's kind of where I am with that as well. That's something that's important to me, that the guitars do not sound the same all the way through, that there is some differentiation, that it does sound a bit different from that side of things. Vocals wise, I'm kind of just getting my voice. I've had COVID and I feel a bit rubbish and a bit you know, like out of breath. But hopefully the next 2 days will really just be good to get the actual solid tracks down, and then we can come back and do the vocals. So I'm hoping that that might save the vocal performances and things like that. But I'm really looking to do a bit more with the vocals and really kind of push myself a little bit with those, and with the arrangements that generally, hopefully, are just going to be bigger and sound awesome without sounding kind of, you know, apart from one track, which is going to sound like bombastic is the word I was going to use. I'm hoping the other ones will just sound like really good rock and roll, kind of timeless. You know, like this album could have come out in the 70s or early 80s, and, you know, it would have sat there along with the Allman Brothers live album and kind of ZZ Top, Tres Hombres, and it would sit in somebody's record collection, and you wouldn't be able to really kind of tell where one started and one finished. And that again, that'd be the next thing that I'd really like to kind of to do. So we're going to carry on doing these diaries. We're going to carry on doing all the content. If you've got ideas for videos, if you've seen to our live shows and you know some of those songs, or you've listened to the tracks that we've put out already, we'd really like some ideas from some videos as well, because that would be another cool. That's the new thing that everybody needs to do. Plenty of videos. I think we're going to do some acoustic versions of songs as well, which hopefully that'll be fun. I think those songs, a lot of them are kind of written on acoustic to an extent, so I think they'll translate pretty well. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm a little bit nervous maybe, but honestly, that's because I don't want to waste money. That's where my concern comes from. I want to go in there and I want to make sure that we get every single red cent out of the money, that the budget that we've got for the album. But I think that's more me than anything. I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to get in there. I just want to play some music with the boys and come out with something that I think, you know, will stand up against all of the albums that I named. Okay, all right. I shall see you soon, and keep in touch.